Hey, what's up, guys? It's Witto here. We're gonna do a quick little video today teaching people how to hide troops. Okay, so there's a bunch of different things that you can do to hide your troops, but one of the things that we're gonna start with is just, things that will help you get larger march size or rally sizes. That's gonna help a lot. So if we go over here to boost, you're gonna wanna use this boost. If you have it, if you don't, use this one. If you don't have either of these boosts, put more time into the game because frankly you're gonna need them. So you want to boost your march size, your rally size, so on and so forth. You want to get that as large as possible. For some of you, if you're running a support position, I would recommend going into Monster Mastery and getting this to 3. Your stats aren't going to matter if you're running a support role. So if you're running a support role, maximizing Monster Mastery and this march size against monsters is going to help you in hiding your troops. Um, what you'll want to do specifically is you'll want to rally things like DKs and all the other Magdars or whatever the heck is in CVC. You're gonna want to fill up rally sizes against those. Okay, and so you'll what you're gonna want to do is find a bunch of these. Okay, bookmark them, and then that way, when you have a rally coming to you, you can simply go to your bookmarks, scroll all the way down to the bottom, go to that, boom, it takes you right to it. Click on it, start rally, or go 30 minutes, start rally, and then send it. Then those troops are now in a rally attacking that monster. So if somebody hits you, those troops are not in your castle anymore. That's one way of hiding your troops. So again, real quick, you're going to want to make sure that you have your boosts, your buffs. Boom. You're going to want to, again, if you're support, maybe run the monster size the march size in Monster Mastery. Wow, for uh, for that march size expansion. Another thing that you're also going to want to do if you have one, check out your castle skins, and if you got anything that says maximum troop size for rally, extra troop dispatch queues, all of those things, you can toss one of those on real quick, and that will help you that'll give you the opportunity to hide even more troops much faster. Okay, so basically, if you're hiding troops on monsters, make sure you bookmark a bunch of them. Okay, don't just do the stuff that everybody's doing. If we're on a gate and we have these guys up here and these guys down here, setting rallies on stuff close by is not necessarily a good idea. Because as soon as they attack it, guess what? All your troops go back right back into your castle. So um, you're going to want to avoid the local stuff and go for stuff that's elsewhere on the maps. That's one way to hide them. Another way would be um, sending reinforcements. We got diffraction over here, so we're gonna send him some reinforcements real quick. We'll send some more reinforcements real quick. Get as many of these going as possible. Nope, no, I don't want to do that. And now I have more troops out of my castle. And what's great about this is like these are quick, easy ones. However, the downside is that you don't know what's coming at that person necessarily, unless you're looking real heavily at your battles and what's going on in there. Um, if you during like a CVC battle though, this thing is going to be chock full. You're going to have hundreds of things to look through to know whether or not somebody else is getting hit. So that's not necessarily the safest play either. The monster thing is pretty safe, especially for support roles. Um, the the other thing is you can reinforce outposts and stuff like that. Again, though, if you have if these are close anywhere close to the gate, you might be in trouble. Um, you can also send stuff to mining nodes, to gathering nodes. Um, you might want to send some troops to a gathering node real quick, making sure that everything's maxed out when you send it. You send over there to it real quick, and you're good to go. Um, and then you can pull back from it real fast. The downside with this is if somebody's slick and they can see your lines, which sometimes it pops up, sometimes it doesn't. Can't get it to do it right now, but if you shake your screen, sometimes you can get the lines to pop up, um, which is kind of interesting. It helps. Um, but those are some of the ways that you can, hide your troops from an attacker or somebody that's coming to hit you. Um, so if you want to be able to do this quickly and in a pinch for yourself, just for you yourself, set up about however many marches you got. If you got 9, 10, whatever, I'd set up 10 just to be on the safe side, maybe even 11 to be on the safe side. And I would bookmark 10 or 11 monsters. I would be in monster spec, and I would have that extra march size available to me. And then I would just go straight into my bookmarks, go find whatever it is that I'm looking for, go boom, all right, great, and make sure you change these to 30 minutes. Okay, and then start your rallies. I know it eats up a little bit of your AP, but in the grand scheme of things, um, your troops are not in your castle, so they're not getting hit by somebody who has 200 million power. The support role, whichever team has the more efficient support role, that's going to be huge for CVC. So we need all of our support guys to understand how to hide their troops, because if somebody like me or Quinning or Goku or Diffraction or any of these guys that has 100 million plus power, if one of us hits you, it's gonna suck, and it's going to suck a lot more for you than it is for us. And I know there's arguments, oh, well, my research power. I'm telling you, your research power, even if you're at, say, 10 million, which is a respectable research power for somebody that has, T4s in there, it's still going to hurt, guys. I'm telling you, especially when they're spec'd properly. I can lose a minimal amount of troops and do a lot of damage. So I highly recommend that you avoid getting hit altogether by, again, using resource nodes. If you're in a desperate pinch and you got to do it fast, do some reinforcements, sending reinforcements to your neighbors and stuff like that, and then pulling them back real fast. But if you want to be in control of that, the monster thing is a really good way to kind of, um, definitely be off the beaten path. It's the safest play, and it does cost you again on the AP side, but I think it's worth it in the sense that your troops stay alive. So, um, again, in a pinch, you would want to use something, like reinforcing your neighbor for more control over what's happening, and better safety. You would want to use monsters. Another pinch would be like resource nodes, but you got to be careful with those because they can just track your movements, and some people are really good at timing, and they could hit you on your way back from a resource node, or on your way to a resource node, because some people's troops are faster than others, so on and so forth. So again, just keep all of that stuff in mind when you're trying to hide your troops and how you want to do it. Also, keep in mind that during, like, CVC, for instance, on a gate, we will have, you know, people that are dedicated to setting up rallies, so you could just join their rallies. Downside to that is it's going to take time for you to get your troops back from that person, right? Because they're in control. Right now, I'm in control of all of these people right here. Okay, none of them can leave this rally. I am in control of that. So the only way they get to go back is if I send them back. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are sending to another person's rally, they're going to be in control of it. So you're going to want to be you're going to want to know where that person is so that you can communicate with them and say, hey, I need my troops back, send them back. And you're kind of at somebody else's mercy. So if you can afford it, spend the AP, be in control of it yourself, and hide your troops, and all that jazz. So hopefully this helps you guys in the support role, and keeps everybody on their toes and gets ready as we get ready for CVC and all that jazz. So again, just pay attention, keep an eye on battle and see what's coming your way, who's rallying what. If you got something coming towards you, okay, you don't have to panic and do everything right away. Take your time, send some stuff, here and there or whatever, um, and get everything out of your castle so that you can just take the hit and everything's good and you don't lose anything but maybe some resources. Which then also keep that in mind. You might lose resources, so don't have a whole bunch of resources sitting on you during CVC. People can bleed you pretty quick. So, you know, all that jazz. I hope this helps you guys. And if you have any questions, reach out to myself, Quinning, Goku, Cryptic, Corvius. I mean, there's a ton of us out there that know how to do this kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, just reach out and let us know. We'll help you, especially all the people that are having a hard time with playing the game. You're going to want to make sure that you leaders out there, you're going to want to make sure that you pass this information on to them, that they know how to hide their troops. Because if we can't hide our troops, that's a lot of troops that are going to die during CVC. So keep that in mind. All right, guys. Cool. Well, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys soon.